Hi. I was coming. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got to start with this already. Oh my goodness. So, I wasn't planning on coming live, but I love Tracy Braxton. So, I love the Braxtons in general. So, hello, hello, hello. Y'all is already trying it in the comments, okay? Nah, we supposed to be sad. Okay, hold on. You know what? We need an activation. I feel like that's what's needed. Oh, girl,
Oh no. Holy Spirit.
it needs to play on the computer.
Activate. Holy Spirit. Activate. Okay. Activate. Hold on. Okay. Holy Spirit.
You
Activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit.
You better
Activate.
get him, Lord.
Holy Spirit.
Before I get
Activate.
him, Lord.
Activate.
Hey,
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit. Activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit. Activate. Holy Spirit. Activate. Activate.
hey, hey. They say I ain't saved because I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need in that shit. They always in my business because they say I'm backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit.
you better
Activate.
do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit.
You better
Activate.
get him, Lord.
Holy Spirit.
Before I
Activate.
get him, Lord.
Activate.
Hey, hey,
Activate.
hey.
Hold on. Okay. Holy
Oh my
Spirit.
goodness, is it
You
gonna
better
play?
Activate.
do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit.
You better
Activate.
get him, Lord.
Holy Spirit.
Before I
Activate.
get him, Lord.
Activate.
Hey,
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit. Activate. Oh no. Holy Spirit.
Y'all, can y'all hear me? It's this computer. Sorry. It's new. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Uh, Shout out to all of y'all. Oh my God, I love you guys. I hope y'all heard that. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to be, productive and try to use this new computer, but it's a lot. It's a lot. I'm tired of trying to be young and technical like these churn out here, because they know everything about everything, and I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure this out. But no sound. Can y'all hear me? Can you guys hear me? Put some flames in the chat if you can hear me. Can you guys hear me? I need to know y'all can hear me. Because this is all new. This is all new. So can you guys hear me? Put some flames in the chat. I need to know. Okay, y'all saying yes, yes, hear you fine. Yes, none of those are flames. How are our listening skills? How is that going for you guys? How is that going? Shout out to Monet. Thank you, Monet. Okay, now here come the flames. I'm like, put some flames in the chat if you guys can hear me. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I love y'all. Tina say yes. I don't have a flame. I don't know if that is Sean. I don't have a flame. Shout out to Carmen. Shout out to all you guys, DJ Golden, Nina. Is it Nina? I hope I'm saying that right. Flyer Storm. Hold on, let me get on down to the bottom because they got me saying hi. D, Esmeralda, Amanda, Your Life Reset. She said, I hear you. I hear you. My God, oh, I hear you. Rosetta, hey girl. Sonia, hey girl. Aisha, I hope I'm saying that right. I hate slaughtering people's names. I like to say y'all names correctly. They already be talking about me in the videos, talking about some. You really need to, I don't know, but you messing up all these people's names. Figure that out. You need to ask somebody how to say that because you is messing it up. Shout out to Tatiana, Valerie, Genesis, Chillax. I like that. I like that. Taniqua, hi boo. Moderator. From scratch, Tinks, Lala, Lysandra, Carolyn, moderator. I love y'all. I love y'all. So we're about to get into Tracy Braxton. She passed away to a lot of people. Mel Cruz, moderator, send alone. She passed away. Rest in peace to Tracy Braxton. Shout out to the Braxton family. I want to say that everyone that is related to them, especially the sisters, the mother, her son, her husband, just the nieces, the nephews, the just everyone that is related to them, because I know losing Tracy was very hard. That had to be really hard because Tracy was just so amazing. She was my favorite Braxton. Um, I don't know, I just felt her on so many different levels. The Braxtons to me were like the Black Kardashians. So I really like loved watching them. Shout out to Kira's Life. Hi, sweetie. Thank you so much for the super chat and sticker. I saw Lo Soto. I believe she sent one. The chat is flying, but hello everyone. I love you all. Thank you so much. I missed you guys. I missed you guys. I missed you guys. So yeah, I'm sure that was a hard hit to the family. Losing any family member, is going to be hard. But I really, really, really liked Tracy. I don't know, I felt her struggle. She lost out on an opportunity because of, having a family, starting a family, and whatnot. And so she couldn't do exactly what her sister was doing. I always felt that part of her, always feeling like she was the last to get anything, type of situation. But she worked even harder. That made her work harder to be relevant, like on her own. So, yeah, I really loved her. I hated that her and Tamar, when they did have the Braxton family values, I hated that their relationship because I don't know. I just felt like Tamar was the key to fixing it. I feel like Tracy was open. That's why I'm really glad because I know that I'm pretty sure I feel in my spirit that Tamar and Tracy, made peace, especially before her passing away. So I do. I feel in my heart that they did that. I do. I feel like they are fine. I feel like she knows that, her sister loves her and she loves her sister. That's all that matters, at the end of the day. So I feel like they had that closure, especially with all of her sisters being by her side. From what I read, the immediate family were present. So yeah, I just really think that they did because they're really close, really, really, really close family. A lot of women wish that they had, the type of sisterhood with their own sisters that the Braxtons have, whether they were arguing with each other, whether they weren't, and whatnot. They were sisters and they love each other. So I just loved Tracy. She was definitely my favorite. I try not to have a favorite, but she definitely was. I loved her. I loved Tracy. She was, I don't know, she was right. Tracy was the sweetest to me out of the bunch. Oh, shout out to Island. I just think Tracy was just so, I don't know. I just loved her. She was my favorite. I just loved her spirit. I loved when she came into a room. She always lit the room up. You always knew you're gonna get something juicy. With her, shout out to Nosy Hug. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, me too. I was sad. I was just like, oh no, Tracy, because we loved her. She's so sweet, like misunderstood but funny. At the same time, yeah, it was super sad. Yeah, Tracy passed away with esophagus cancer. Yes, and we're gonna get into that. It was esophagus cancer that she succumbed to, and I do appreciate the fact that, Tracy didn't want to be public, with her battle with cancer. She wanted to do it privately. And I'm glad that her sisters and other family members gave her that respect and let her, battle it privately. So I thought that was dope that the families kept their word. Shout out to Paris Harley. Hi, Paris. Hi, sweetie. Um, so her family members, this is really hard because if it's hard for us and we didn't even know her, like her, I can't imagine how her family feels. So yeah, because this was hard to swallow. Like I literally just stared at my screen with my mouth open, just like, what? Like, no way. So from what I read, Tracy had battled with esophagus cancer for about a year. It started about a year ago, so not a year to the date, but like I believe close to, but not all the way at. So it started then, and yeah, so she's been battling it for quite some time, and she once again she did it silently, so that's why a lot of people don't know she wasn't public with it. She wasn't like posting pictures or showing her treatment plans and things like she wasn't doing any of that. She did it all privately. So that's why a lot of people, why it's a shock to system, because it's just like, whoa, just it they you one minute you hear that she's fine, and then the next minute it's just like, what? Like, not she's sick, it's like she's gone. So I think that that's why a lot of people are just like, whoa, like what? Because it's literally a shock to system. Because when you hear that somebody is suffering from something, then if you hear something like this, then it's not like you're not shocked. It's something that you would kind of expect, but hope for different. Hope that they make it out of it. Hope that they win the battle, and sometimes the battle's lost. So to hear not only was she battling it, to have it won, and it, ended her, is just horrible because it's like insult to injury. Just to hearing that she had it at all is saddening. And to hear that it's also the reason she's no longer here is devastating, So I think that's why a lot of people are shocked, including myself, very shocked. That was the last thing I would have had expected to hear. Tracy passed away yesterday on the 11th. The news spread, today, but she actually passed away yesterday. So, yeah, very, very, very sad. Some of the family members have been posting, so we're gonna get into that. I'll just ask everyone, especially people of religious belief, to just pray for them, because I know I am. I know I'm gonna pray for that family, because that is a hard pill to swallow. Losing a sister, is a sibling at all. I'm blessed to still have all my siblings. So, yeah, that's definitely a blow to the chest. So yeah, so I have a couple articles that I'm going to read. Shout out to all of y'all in the chat. I'm gonna keep putting your comments on the screen too, but I'm gonna pull up some articles just so we can, read about. I've been reading a lot on Russia. I don't want to mix the two. So let's pull this. Bear with me. This new computer. I'm going to pull up an article of what's been going on with Tracy. So doing that now. Boom. So Tracy Braxton dies at age 50 following cancer battle. Okay, the sister of singer. All these pop-ups. Thank you. Sister of singer Tony Braxton and star of the hit family TV reality show Braxton Family Values passed away after battling cancer in the esophagus, according to her family. So, get into this from ABC News. Singer, actor, and reality TV personality Tracy Braxton has died at age 50. According to her family, Braxton had been battling cancer in the esophagus. We have come to a time where we must inform the public that after a year of privately undergoing a series of treatment for esophageal cancer, our beloved Tracy Braxton has gone to glory. Her husband, Kevin Surratt, said in a statement to NBC News. Braxton's sisters, mother, and friends were nearby her side when she passed. Her publicist, Tomasina, how you say it? Thomasina, Washington told NBC News. That is so sad. So she spent her last year in hospice, Perkins Washington said, and that is just so sad. It's like none of us knew. It's just like poor thing. We heard when I heard the news about my mother being sick, first thing she said was, "I'm going to fight and beat this." Her son, Kevin Surratt, is it Surratt or Surratt Jr., said in an Instagram post Saturday, "She fought to the end, and today she's at peace." So this is like one of the last photos taken of Tracy Braxton. Um, Very sad. So he says, "I love my mother forever, and this hurts so much, but I'm at peace knowing she isn't in pain anymore." He added, "I love you, Ma. I'm going to miss you." So sad. This is literally breaking my heart. Like, literally breaking my heart. Braxton sisters, Grammy Award winning artist Tony Braxton also posted an Instagram of her passing. Tony said, "It is with the most utmost regret that we inform you of the passing of our sister, Tracy. Needless to say, she was a bright light and a wonderful daughter, an amazing sister, a loving mother, wife, granddaughter, and a respected performer. We will miss her dearly. Tracy passed this morning as the snow was falling. Our angel is now a snowflake." Oh my goodness. "We have asked that you respect our privacy as we plan to send her home with love, celebrating her life. We are the family. We are family forever. Love, the Braxton family." Oh my word. Oh my word. How sad. This is sad. This is just so sad. Wow. This is, yeah, it's literally making me emotional. Just sitting here reading it, just imagining what that family is going through. I'm sure they are destroyed. Destroyed. Wow. I'm just glad they were all there. I'm just glad because I'm sure that's what she wanted. Was for all of her family to be around her, all the people that she loved, and they were. So I mean, that's all anyone could hope for because we all come here to leave. We all do, just some more unexpectedly than others, but it's still super sad. Her son and his children's mother actually, um, they got married recently, like within the year. I wanted to pull that up. So she actually got to see her son get married and meet her first grandson and help raise him, and all of that. So I just think that that's amazing. Um, this is her son's Instagram, Kevin Jr. Um, yeah. So this is the photo that he posted, of course, and this is him getting married. So she was there, she was present. She got to see him get married. So I was looking at, stuff like that. So I'm sure she's very, very, very happy. But this is also one of the last photographs of her, well, not literal last, but before she went into hospice. Or I believe it may have been like she may have been in hospice, beginning of hospice. So yeah, she got to see her son get married and whatnot. So wow, wow. So she got to see that, raise her grandkids. Wow. So crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, she did get to see her son marry. I think that's very important for people to know. She got to see him get married and meet her grandkids and whatnot. And yeah, so she did get to do things like that, which is great. That she got to see her firstborn get married. He had posted this, 25 years of my parents being best friends, parents, and just being the best at being one I've seen this year is a big milestone. 25 years ago, my mother and father had me, and this year, 10 years after getting married, at 25 and not big on astrology, but I feel like the stars are aligned. I love you and hope y'all have as many more years together. Wow. Sad. Super sad. Super sad. So yeah, it's a little different. It's a little different, especially when you didn't know, because none of us knew. So, and we weren't entitled to know. So, I respect Tracy, for wanting to do it privately. I feel that, if that's what she wanted to do, absolutely. So, yeah, I just, yeah, I respect her. Mad respect for her fighting because she did, you know, she fought until she couldn't fight anymore. So shout out to her for that and wanting to do it privately, not wanting a bunch of attention, or anything pointed at something she, is battling. This is her life. So Yeah, I just respect her. I have so much respect because a lot of people don't, do it like that. A lot of people don't. So I respect her for wanting to do it privately. A true black queen. So someone who the man she married, she passed away still being married to that man, keeping her vow to God and whatnot. Like, there's just so much to respect, about her and what she did. She went through a lot. She was on marriage boot camp and stuff with her husband, and stuff like that. And they still fought, and they stayed together. Not everybody does that. So, especially in this day and age, people don't respect love, people don't respect marriage, and they definitely did. So, shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to the Braxton family. This is so sad. So sad. Crazy. So yeah. Um I believe Trina, I believe Trina Braxton said something too. Let me pull up No, not sure. Okay. Trina Braxton posted this picture. I believe Tony did as well, and she wrote the same thing. So they're all writing the same, message because, you know, I'm sure it's a lot on the sisters, to say anything at all. So I'm sure their publicist or somebody probably posted for them. So absolutely, absolutely. Um, when did she pass away? From what I read, it was yesterday. Or if you Google it, it says March 11th. So yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I saw that too. That it was day after Tamar's birthday. So yeah, crazy. Oh, the news said that she passed away. See, look, Kia says the news says she passed away Friday. P says the news says she died this morning. So I don't know, but if you Google it, um, it says that she passed on the 11th. Hold on, let me actually just do that right now. 1 second. Yeah, if you Google it, uh, oh no, this is Bing. Sorry, sorry, y'all. Because they pulling up articles. We don't want the articles. We want to know when she passed. So, Tracy, yeah, so I typed it in earlier. Yeah, right here. So, pull that up real quick and show you. So, because yesterday was Friday, so um, yeah. So it says March 11th. So yesterday, because today would be the 12th. So if it was this morning, then it would be March 12th. But it says March 11th on Google. So I don't know. I'm just saying that when I Googled it, it said March 11th, and that was yesterday, which was Friday. So yeah, it says March 11th. But yeah, some posts I read too, because even I believe in the post that all the sisters posted, it said that she passed this morning. So I don't know. It's a little confused. It's a little confused. Yeah, yes, devastating, devastating. Yes, devastating. Sorry, I keep hitting this mic. I'm not used to wearing it. Malik says A cells. Well, I heard she passes on Friday. Yeah, I think she passed away yesterday as well. I think maybe yesterday morning, Friday morning is what I think. I always love to get. Crystal says I always love to get when sh- it. What? when she was on the show, she always had me cracking up and praying for the family. Yes, I agree. She always had me laughing too. She was very funny. Very funny. Girly Girl says, please take care of yourself and your families, my people. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll take care of yourselves. Call each other, check up on each other, get in each other's lives. I'm just glad they did. They did what anybody will want. Anybody will just want the people that they love the most to be around them, as they're leaving. So, um, Tracy smoking cigars. I don't see how that is relevant to anything. I mean, she is no longer here. I mean, I really don't feel like anything like that matters. Um, I don't see the relevancy of her smoking cigars. Tristan's mommy, shout out to you for the super chat. Thank you so much, sweetie. Says, SeanDavieWay, thank you for recognizing and giving homage to Tracy Braxton. This is heartbreaking, but she's with God now and dancing and singing. She's holding her self tight or them tight and giving her sight as she never knew. Absolutely. Yeah, I like her son said he knows that she's no longer in pain. So, and I'm sure she was in a lot of pain. A lot of pain. Sade says, I heard red. She passed Friday. Yeah, that's what it says in Google too. That it was yesterday, the 11th. Crystal said, cancer is rapid these days. Stay healthy and well, people. God bless. Absolutely. Yeah. But a lot of people that get cancer can be super aggressive, you know, not a slow process. It could just be boom. You just hear 1 minute and go on the next. It's crazy. Absolutely. But I'm trying to get in your comments. They moving so fast on my side. Momo says Tracy and Tamar made the show funny, and their chemistry was everything. They was the close. Yeah, they were very close. Tracy and Tamar, they were. I think that's why they bumped heads so much because they were close. Um, and yeah, I mean, they had their problems. They did, but you know, I still don't feel like that's a reason for people because a lot of people are trying to bring up their past issues and stuff like that. And I just feel like as long as Tamar was by her sister's side, what she was, then I feel like all of that stuff is just to the birds. Like that stuff does not matter. When your family member is leaving in front of you, why would you be thinking about the grudges and stuff you had? Like, who cares? You know, like it's crazy. Asa says, I'm a new subscriber. Good commentary, Sean. I see you're 100K subscribers by this summer. Thank you. Thank you for subbing. Thank you. Welcome. 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 I'm messy. I'm just letting you know. Careful with me, girl. I'm very messy. Miss Sassy says Evelyn Bryson stated she passed away this morning on her Instagram page. Oh, she did. She did. Hold on. I can pull that up too. Because I don't know. I'm just sad. It's just really, 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 really sad. Really, 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 really sad. Um, I'm sure poor Evelyn, to lose a child, everybody wants to go before their kid. If you are a parent, I'm sure every parent will, attest to you want to be here, leave here before your kid. Like you do not want it the other way around. So for, her to lose a child, because to her, that's always going to be her child, her baby. So very sad, to have to watch your kid pass away. Very sad. So, yeah, nobody wants to be here. No parent, I should say, wants to, leave here before I mean, have their kid leave before them. It's like, no, I go first, you come after, type of situation. So that's a that's a hard thing. That's a hard, hard, hard thing. Very hard thing. So sad. May she rest in paradise. Absolutely. Very sad. And she was so sweet. That's like one of the main things I could say about Tracy that she was really sweet. She was a really sweet person. You could tell, she was really sweet and giving. She really was. She wasn't. She wasn't. She wasn't. Absolutely. Sean, you got to change the setting in a few. No disrespect. What does that mean? You know what that means? What does that mean? Oop, Kev's posts on Instagram were telling a lot, and we all ignored those posts. I don't think that we were ignoring it. I don't. I just think that if anything, he was just letting us know that he was grateful. I think he was realizing certain things, while going through certain things. He's younger. Um, and I think that his mom didn't want, it to be public. So there's only so much that he could say without saying. So, no, I think that, you know, I don't think we, no, I think we were supposed to. That's what we were supposed to be doing because that was a journey she wanted to, take with her family. That's something she wanted to do alone. So I feel like, you know, yeah, we weren't, necessarily ignoring, but still at the same time, you know, it's just super sad, super sad. When you say 50 is young, it is. I agree. 50 is young to pass. Really sad. 50 years old. Yeah, that's young. Absolutely is. Hmm. It's not like she was, 80, 90 years old. So 50 is very young to be passing away, especially. There's still a lot more to do, a lot more to see. So, but yeah, Phyllis, I love her husband. They've been through a lot and he was there. Yeah, that's what I said. Like, that's why I say mad respect to the both of them, for sticking their marriage out. It's not a lot of people that leave this earth and are still married to the person, 25 years later, something like that. There's not a lot of, you don't hear a lot of that, 25 years later and they still rocking. You don't hear that. So, yeah, shout out to her and her husband because that's what most people will want is the person that they love the most to be right there at their side. And, even when people divorce, it still doesn't mean that they don't love one another. So, I believe, even if they did divorce, I still feel like he would have still been right there, by her side. He still would have been there. So much respect, to Kevin Senior, because yeah, that is very commendable, of him. So yeah, absolutely, he absolutely. I shouted him out too, and I know he's struggling. This is somebody he's with every single day. Somebody he woke up to, went to sleep to, argued with, loved on. That's a lot. That is a lot. That is a lot. So just as bad as, her family, her sisters and mom is going through, yeah, so is he. So is he. So that's a heavy burden. A heavy burden. She was the rock of the Braxton family. That's what makes it even harder to swallow. Yeah, she was the stronger sister out of the sisters. Tracy was the one that's like, well, you got to always keep picking up and going. You can't settle for less. You always got to keep pushing, and she did that. She did. She did. She was the hardest out of all of them getting a glimmer of fame. It was the hardest for her to do, and she definitely did it in a good way. So, I mean, she left a good past, for people to look into. When people look into Tracy Braxton's past, it's a lot of good things that can be said. So, no, I didn't think it was disrespectful. No, I didn't think you were being disrespectful. No, I was just, as I said, I don't know what that means. So, because I didn't know, like, I didn't know, like, you were saying, like, can you change the subject or, something like that? Like, maybe it was hard for you to listen to. Like, I didn't know. So I was just like, what does this mean? But no, I didn't think you were shading me. No, shout out to you. It's your girl. No, I didn't feel like you were being shady. Um, Crystal said, Lord, come for Kevin and her son and the Braxton family. I agree. I absolutely agree. That's why I said, especially if you are religious at all, please pray for the family because that's a very hard loss. It's not many negative things people have to say about Tracy. She was a very nice person. And yeah, I think that she was, Tracy gives me, she's the type of celebrity that, when you're out and about and people recognize you, she genuinely appreciated being recognized. She's the type that almost be late to a flight, signing something for a fan or hugging a fan or talking to them or acknowledging them. She was that type of person just because she was really thankful. So yeah, she appreciated what she had. So yeah, shout out to Tracy. I really liked her. She was a sweetheart and she was funny. She was definitely funny. She was always a riot. I always knew something was gonna go down when Tracy walked in the room. So, shout out to Tracy. That's hard. That's a hard pill to swallow. So, yes, shout out to all of the Braxton family because this is a hard one. A hard one. A very hard one. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, I would say April says definitely the most relatable of them all. Yeah, I agree. She was the one that was the most down to earth to me. She was the most grounded, out of all of the sisters. She was grounded. She was. She definitely understood people. She was a people person. So yeah, Tracy was amazing. So shout out she really was my favorite. I loved her. That's why I hated that the show ended. And I like that she stuck it out even when all the other sisters went on strike. I feel like Tracy was doing the show, so these people can sue us. These people can come after us. Like they can take things from us. Certain things may not be fair, but, we got to rock and roll till this is over with, type of situation. And Tracy stood it out. She did. She stood, on her P's and Q's because she was like, you know what, look, I understand y'all want to walk away, but I ain't trying to be sued and have to owe them all this money and all that. Like I ain't trying to go through none of that stuff. So if it take me to go on the show to make it so that don't none of us get sued, or something like that, hey, it is what it is. So but yeah, Tracy was like, no, I'm not getting sued. She's like, nah. I can't do that, sis. I love y'all and I want to be there for y'all. But look, nah. Um, Fabulous Samuel Jack said, I wonder if Tamar wished she could take back what she did and said about her sister publicly. Um, I don't feel like Tamar should. I don't. I don't feel like she should feel that way. Because as long as she made peace with her sister, for the things that they went through, that's all that matters. And that's not something I feel like she has to do publicly. Um, when she was feeling how she felt about her sister and they had their disagreements and whatnot, that was then. They were going through what they were going through at that time. Things change, especially with her going through this through the last year. I don't feel like I feel like for the last year, especially, Tamar and Tracy have been 10 times closer. 10 times closer, knowing what she's going through, seeing her health failing in front of her. No, I feel like they worked it out. And anything that they went through back then, I just feel like it doesn't matter. I don't feel like she should feel that way. Well, I feel like a lot of people have shoulda, coulda, wouldas when people pass. Especially when you care about them. You want them to know that you love them, and you think of the last thing you said or the last way you treated them. You kind of beat yourself up. About those things when you truly cared about them. So taking a moment in time or moments in time and trying to base that as your whole relationship when there's so much love and caring and so you've been through so many things and defending each other and loving on each other, giving each other, confidence and stuff like that as you're growing up as sisters or just family in general. Just don't feel like any of that stuff matters. I don't. I wouldn't hold none of that against Tamar. I wouldn't. I wouldn't hold that against my brothers. So I'm sure, Tracy was not holding that against. I mean, Tracy said things too. Tracy did things too. It's not one sided. So I feel like that's the last thing that's gonna be on their mind when your sister could be leaving you at any moment. This bond that we have here, this bond that we have shared on earth, we won't share here on earth again. Like, so I don't know when I'm gonna see you. I'm just praying that I do type of situation. Peace was definitely made. So yeah, I don't feel like any of that matters. Not to be, because you questions are questions. So I'm not coming at you saying, but I'm just saying, like, I just feel like that's the last thing, that any of them should be worried about. I don't have the best idea of Tamar, the best opinion on Tamar, but still at the same time, I would never throw anything like this in that woman's face. Like losing a sister. I know she loved her sister. If I don't know anything else about the Braxton sisters, I know they love each other. I know that. I know they love each other down. I know that. I know they will fight for each other. I know they would do that. So yeah, they give me the type of family that if they could have literally took the illness for their sister, took the cancer for their sister, they would have type of situation. So I just feel like, yeah, they were too close for any of that stuff to matter. Honestly, honestly, I just don't think like that's anything that came up. I think maybe Tamar may have brought up certain things and just like, just so that they know, for sure. Like I want you to know how I feel, and that I really want you to forgive me. I need to hear it from you so that I can come, to peace, so we can, type of for me, type of situation. I feel like they had those moments. I feel like all of them did, you know, all of them did, all of them. So I feel like Tracy left peaceful. I do. She closed her eyes, surrounded in love. That's what I feel like. That's just what I feel like. Her soul passed loved. And that's all anybody really wants, truly wants is to be loved. So she was loved by many. So that was a powerful moment, for that family. So I just think that, yeah, I think that this is going to make the remaining sisters, they also have a brother, as well. I think it's just going to make them all stronger. I think that that's it. It's just going to bring them closer together because they're going to need each other. So, and this time, Tracy would have been a big impact in the family and like keeping them close and helping everybody, try to be the fixer, and that element is gone now. So, yeah, I think that they're stronger than ever. They're going to be closer than ever. I mean, because they need each other. They really do. They need each other. So, yeah, because they're literally all going through the same thing at the same time. So, all of them, I'm sure they are. Tawanda, all of them are just heartbroken. I can't imagine. I can't imagine. Like if y'all sitting here, myself even, feeling like I want to, break down. I can't imagine what they're, and I don't want to. I don't want to, be able to imagine that. But still at the same time, that's a lot. That's heavy. Very heavy. So yeah, shout out to Tracy. Shout out to Tracy. Get back in your comments. Please be respectful in the chat. Mel says, be respectful. I mean, if y'all want to cut up, we're definitely gonna go and cut up. But we're gonna do that on Station Head. Like we're talking about a person that lost their life, so I really don't care about nothing else right now within this moment. So if people want to come in here being duh, like let them be duh. Moderators just handle them, just take care of them because we don't have a time for it. All of us are over here sad, and we're going to be sad. I don't care if I run amok throughout the week, cussing people out. Oh well, I don't care about none of that. We are over here mourning somebody we all loved. If you don't love Tracy Braxton, if you're not over here to wish her a peaceful home sending, move around. Move around. I don't care. That's not me being fake. I'm over here talking about Tracy. I don't care to talk about nothing else. None of the other stuff. I really don't care about that. I don't care about none of that. This is not about that. We're talking about the title. So when people come and watch this video, they know what we're talking about. We're not about to, no, we're not doing that random, not gross. Absolutely not. So, if you're not over here to say something nice about Tracy Braxton or wish the family condolences, the Braxton family, move around, move around. And if you won't, my moderators will assist you. So it's okay. Yeah, you're not gonna get that. I'm not about to turn this live ratchet because no, we basically sitting over here having a pre-funeral, and y'all is not about to come over here and disrupt this. There's a lot of people that are saddened by Tracy's passing away, and there are a lot of people I see that want to discuss it and talk about it or talk about their favorite moments of her, and that's what we're over here to do. So if you want the mess, you know where to find it. Like that's not what we're on. So it is what it is. So Is a Vibe says, I love her on Braxton Family Values, but I really loved her marriage her on Marriage Boot Camp. Yeah, I just liked Tracy in general. I liked watching her. She was funny. She was a hoot. She always made me laugh. And she just kept it real. That's one of the things that I really, really, really liked about her. That I really, really liked about her. What? Sam Cook says, Davey, I wish you would have used a better pic of Tracy on your thumbnail. What do you mean? I did. I put beautiful pictures up of her. I did. I put a picture up of her of her son's wedding, and that was what she. I mean, that was what she looked like. I mean, people may not like it, but it's the realness of the situation. I mean, it's what's happening. There were way less flattering pictures, but I just wanted to show because a lot of people don't know. So a lot of people hear that she passed away, and it's just like, what? So to show you, because a lot of people don't even know that she had cancer. Like a lot of people didn't even know that. So that's why I put it, but I did put up very pleasant pictures of her. But there's a realness to the situation, and I think that that needs to be acknowledged. I don't look at her as, some people may look at it and not necessarily like it, but I feel like to say that she looks bad, or to say that she still wasn't a beautiful woman inside and out. So I'm not showing it to show an illness. I was showing it to show her. I don't feel that it's fair with people that are suffering from cancer because of how their body reacts to it, whether the chemotherapy, and whatnot. A lot of people feel ugly, like they feel like they're not beautiful anymore. They look sickly, instead of healthy, and being sick with cancer, it's hard to look healthy. Like your body is going through so much. So I don't want to make it people to look at her because I would have just put up that picture. I didn't want that. I wanted people to see the light in her, as well. And still seeing her even before she passed away, while she was still moving, she still was beautiful to me. So I don't feel the need to hide it. Like I don't feel the need to hide her like, she's something that doesn't need to be seen, or like a casket photo, or something like that. Like, no, this is her and she needs to be, recognized for her beauty because she was beautiful while she was healthy, and she was beautiful while she was suffering. So I just, you know, because I feel like if she would have beat it, she would have got back to looking healthy, back to how she looked before. She would have gotten back there like most people do when, they rid the cancer of their body. So I just felt like it was important, for people to see her. That's all. So I wasn't doing it to be disrespectful. So if anybody thinks that that's not my, because I did think about it before I put it up, and I wanted to show what she looked because she was still beautiful. So it was unfortunate, what she and her body was going through, but her being out at that wedding, I don't feel like she was hiding herself. She didn't want to. If she didn't, she wouldn't have been in photographs, and things. She wanted to be photographed, and she was beautiful. She had a beautiful dress on, and she was out and about. She was smiling, and whatnot. She was happy, within that moment. So yeah, I feel like that's what it's showcasing. Yeah, she doesn't look how she normally does. I get it, but at the same time, that was still her. But yeah, so shout out to you. But yeah, I don't feel like I was trying to be like, you know, disrespectful because I love her. So Sharon says with Tracy, to me Tracy had what the other sisters didn't have: inner peace and a loving husband. I will miss her. I agree, I will miss her too. I will miss her too. Now I'm not gonna say nothing about the inner peace because Sharon, you throwing shade at the sis. Now I'm not gonna agree with your shade, oh girl. Because you definitely did your shade the other sisters. I feel like you shade Tamar. But yes, she definitely did, have inner peace and a loving husband. She absolutely did. Regardless of what they went through. Ooh, sorry. That picture brought a form of reality to me about her. Love her. Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like she needed to. She wanted to be seen. She was beautiful. I don't feel like people should hide themselves because they're fighting a battle. If she wanted to do it privately, that's different. Doing something private and hiding yourself is two different things. So I don't feel like Tracy was hiding. I feel that she was dealing with something privately. That's all that was. Meaning not posting on her own and not necessarily jumping in photographs and things and whatnot, because people know, seeing Tracy in a certain way, especially not knowing the backstory, people are going to be worried, and stuff. And I don't think Tracy wanted people to worry about her. I don't. I think that's why she did it how she did it. It's because she didn't want people to worry, and whatnot. So Kathy said, my heart is so sad right now. I know Tracy's in a better place with no more pain. My prayers go out to all of her family, friends, and fans who loved so much. I know I did and really enjoyed her music. No, absolutely. I love all the love everybody's giving Tracy. I love Tracy. Life as Auntie says, mine's too. I love Tracy. We're the same being Misunderstood. Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of people in families that are just misunderstood. That's all. And I feel like that's what, Tracy was. I think Tracy was misunderstood. Um, okay, no, we're not doing none of that. Melissa, I'm sure she did it to protect her family as well. Absolutely. Yes, yes. To see that everywhere, because that would look at right now. I mean, it's everywhere. It is literally everywhere. So if she went public with it, it would be everywhere. So it would be something that her family would constantly have to see. No matter where they go, what blog they visit, or it's going to be plastered everywhere. So yeah, I think that she definitely was protecting her family as well. Dre says, "I am so hurt. I feel like I lost a sister. I can I can feel that. I can feel that. God bless her soul, and you don't have to explain why you put up the picture. Like you said, she was and will always be beautiful. No, I agree. I think that she was beautiful. So, her fighting a battle was something that just shows strength to me. That just makes because I have never battled anything like that. So for her to fight, that is very, I just respect her so much. I just have a newfound and it's sad that I couldn't even go into her comments and tell her, the respect that I have for her and her doing it privately. That's a hard thing to do, something privately, especially because everybody's dealing with it, so especially to do it privately, it just, I don't know, it's different. It's just different, doing it privately. And she did. So, and passing away at 50 years old, that's young, so 50 years old going through all of this and literally leaving this beautiful, loving family, a husband, a son, recently married with a family, that's, it's hard. But she, I don't know, she's like I don't know, she's like a hero, something, because that is just so hard, because we all take just the smallest things for granted. I mean, we really do. We take a lot for granted in this world. And with us taking those things for granted, just seeing certain things like this just makes you appreciate, it should, I mean, I know it makes me appreciate all my siblings still being here, and things and stuff like it makes me appreciate those things even more. It just makes me want to call, my brothers right now, like I love you, just cuz, I mean, you just never know. So yeah, I just respect her so much, and to go through that and to hold your family down, I just feel like that's amazing. So yeah, shout out to her. Shout out to her and her family. Malik says, "Very. I'm 25. I know how feel going through sick and battle cancer." Yeah, that's a lot. There's a lot of cancer survivors in the chat as well. So shout out to all of y'all. Shout out to all of y'all. Cancer is oof, devil. Brenda said, "My husband is getting prostate removed because of cancer. I'm inspired by her strength right now." Absolutely. Shout out to you, Brenda. Shout out to your husband's prayer going out to you and your family. It's just such a hard thing and devastating thing because it seems like a constant battle or something that just won't go away. So shout out to you and your husband, and peace, sending positive energy to you, because it just could be a lot, absolutely a lot to go through all over something you cannot control. So yeah, absolutely, shout out to you and shout out to your family. I pray everything goes well for y'all. I really do. I really do. Shout out to Sam. Go to the doctor, people. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stop waiting till something is wrong to figure out that something is wrong. That's one thing that I will say. I'm telling you, I remember not even too long ago, like a month ago, my heart, like I was having like low key heart palpitations. So I went into the doctor just to make sure. I got like blood work done, and all of that stuff. It's very important, to get your levels checked and, all of that, because you just never know. So it will be best for you to know and be able to fight instead of finding out and then there's just nothing you can do. Because sometimes it can be very aggressive to where you don't have that option at all. Your option is just kind of taken away from you. So finding out is having a choice. Why you have a choice, because sometimes you go to the doctor and you don't. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait. Go to the doctor. Check on yourself frequently. Frequently. I believe in going to the doctor. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Mook. Yes, I believe that too. Dean Homestyle says, Self care is the best care. I agree. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Prayer from Africa to the Braxton family. Thank y'all from Africa. We appreciate that. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. We love Tracy. We do. This is sad. Like I've been sad ever since because I was gonna do a show, do some hot topics and stuff, and then I saw that and my whole just mood just completely changed. Just completely changed. It really did. That really saddened me. I'm just like, no, I love Tracy. I'm like, she's so sweet. Not that I would want that to happen to any of the sisters, but I don't know, it just hit different, hearing that it's her. It's just like, oh, Tracy. No, no. She was just so wonderful. I don't know, I just really liked her, you know? I just really liked her. Detroit Girl says, I believe that Tracy's spirit was right with God, so she's home. Their religious family. We're not meant to stay here forever. No, I agree. We all come to go. We do. We all come to go. We all come to go. But 50 is just so long. I mean, so long, so young. That is very young. You know, you know. SW said my heart dropped when I saw that on my timeline. Yeah, mine did too. It's just like, oh, no, no way, no way. Sending prayers to the family. So sorry for your loss. My heart is so heavy right now. She was such an amazing woman. She will be missed. I agree. Shout out to Brenda. Alexa says, I feel for their parents because you should never have to bury a child. No, that too. That is definitely something that I would agree with. Royce says, I lost my older brother to cancer in 2011. I'm sorry about that, Rose. Royce. Royce. My condolences to you and your family. Him and Tracy were born the same year. Oh wow. Losing a sibling is absolutely heartbreaking. My mom has never been the same since. I agree. I agree. Like my mom has never been the same since my grandmother passed. Like she literally changed, after my grandmother passed away. And like she has never been that person she was since she was alive. And there's a lot of people that are like that when they lose like, a family member that's so close, that's so immediate, especially a parent losing a child. That is truly a different change. Literally. That is a different my life has changed forever type of feeling. It really is. It doesn't matter how old the person. It doesn't matter how old the child. It doesn't. It does not matter. It's still a very, very, very painful thing, and it changes you. It definitely does. It changes you. It really does. So yeah. So and losing a sibling, that definitely does change you. It changes who you are, even if you don't have a good relationship with that sibling. Even if you don't. That's one thing I love about my family is that they always pushed that we be close. They always push that we hang out with each other before we hang out with, strangers. Just because like, they want us to be able to depend on each other instead of strangers. So we've always been close. We always keep in some type of contact with one another. So yeah, I do appreciate my family for that. Rosetta Brooks says, I know they hurting right now. I lost my mom with ovarian cancer. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Rosetta. Prayers to you and your family. Yeah, losing a parent or losing a child, losing a sibling, horrible, horrible, horrible. When people die, it's not a loss. The loss, the loss is if you wasn't right with God, your family, and the kids get right people. We're not meant to stay here. Agreed. I definitely agree with that. I do. It is important to make sure certain relationships are fixed because then when they are, when a person leaves, it's just a little bit easier to deal with. It's so hard to deal with when you feel like there was a lot of things left unsaid. That it just makes it just that much harder. I'm speaking said, OMFG, this can't be true, but seeing it here, I'm tired of running from this phone. Chilling news. This really hurts. Tracy was my favorite Braxton sister. Absolutely. She was a lot of people's favorite. She was definitely mine. So I'm right there with you. She was definitely my favorite. She was my favorite. Kim said, my dad is currently battling pancreatic cancer. Oh, I'm sorry, sweetie. I'm still trying to process it. I couldn't. even imagine. My deepest condolences to the Braxtons. But absolutely, shout out to you, Kim Kim, and your father. Pray that everything works out with him. I pray he wins. I really do. I really hope he wins. This cancer sucks. It really does. It really does. Not Tracy. You know the Braxton family is hurting so bad. I agree. Shout out to Les Tall. I agree. I think the family is torn. I think they're just torn to pieces. I mean, I can feel the pain. I really can feel it from here. Alva says, "Rip to this sweet, funny, talented woman. Prayers to her family during this difficult time." Thank you, Alva, for saying that. Thank you. I'm glad everybody's thinking about the family because they need strength within this time because this is hard. Amanda Curry says, "I love Tracy's energy, and she didn't take no ish. We need to have a Braxton family watch party." No, I agree. Oops, sorry. I agree. It just makes me want to go watch all the old episodes. But now it just makes me sad watching it because no, it's Tracy gone. No, Lord. Tracy. AM says, I lost my grandmother and aunt in 2020, 3 months apart from cancer. It's absolutely one of the worst processes to watch physically. I couldn't agree more. I mean, seeing a person basically change like right before your eyes, what a lot of people don't realize why it's so hard to watch people that have cancer is because it's like watching them literally die in front of you. It's like a slow but kind of is going to be sure type of thing, unless you're given hope in the beginning. If you're not, it's really hard. It's really hard. It's really hard. I've worked with people with cancer and people that whose families were fighting cancer, and it's just a really hard thing, really hard, especially ones that beat it and it grows back. That's just when it's even 10 times more devastating because like you've already been through this process before, and all the mind, that you're constantly contemplating, is this the time? Is this the time? So it's a lot. It's a lot. Super sad. Super sad. Sade says, "Facts. Lost my brother last June, a week after his birthday. It was three of us. Now it's two. Right? My mom and dad still will not be over it. I know I'm the baby. He was the middle child. That's super sad. Yeah. It's very hard. Prayers to you and your family. That is very hard. Very, very, very hard. I wish I could have came live and talked about something, that would have our spirits higher, but it's sad. It's definitely sad. Sorry. Sorry to all the people that lost people from cancer. Like that's crazy. That is crazy. So crazy. So yeah, okay. I love y'all. I'm going to get out of here because this is really sad. And once again, rest in peace to Tracy Braxton. We love you. We miss you already. Prayers and condolences to the Braxton family. I know they could use it. I know they could use it because my spirits is just low. My spirits are low. So yeah, prayers to them. Wow. This was a hard one. This was hard. So yeah, shout out to their family. Prayers to their family. Yeah, everybody take care of yourself. Shout out to everybody for the super chats and super stickers. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much. Until the next show, I love you all. Prayers to the Braxton family once again. See you guys when I see you. Bye.